I don't mean to alarm you, but I'm in Sweden. I also don't mean to alarm you, but I got my wisdom teeth out literally 2 months ago, and then the other day my mouth started hurting, and now my face is fat again. So I don't know if I need to see a doctor or what, but I'm just kind of rolling with it for a while. I think I look cute. Love the skin you're in. Before we start the awkward conversation, can we talk about this cute varsity jacket that I got from a vintage store in Berlin? It belonged to a girl called Katie. A little bit creepy. I haven't washed it yet, so it probably still smells like her. Sup, Katie? Are you dead now? How old is this? I don't know. Vintage shopping. Alright, today is a very special day, you guys. It's time for another episode of Awkward Conversations with Troy. I don't know why I always sing the jingle when the jingle hasn't happened yet. Roll the jingle intro. Last year on World AIDS Day, I made a video. It was actually the first video in this series, Awkward Conversations with Troy, with Durex about World AIDS Day, and I learned so much, and all of the comments from you guys told me that you guys learned so much, but there is still a lot of misconceptions about HIV and AIDS. I thought what I would do is start typing questions into Google and kind of let Google auto-complete the question for me and see what are some of the most common questions or misconceptions that people have about HIV or AIDS, and then do my very best to answer them. All right, let's get right into it. I've got my laptop. I'm not wearing pants. What is HIV? Top result is, what is HIV/AIDS? Well, HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus. The virus attacks the immune system, which is normally your body's defense against disease and illness and stuff like that. I always used to think of my immune system as like a little army of tiny men that ran my body. They were actually ants, but yes, they helped me fight off disease. If a person's immune system is severely affected by the virus, they will develop acquired immune deficiency syndrome, otherwise known as AIDS. So basically what this means is that it just makes them super vulnerable to infections and illnesses that their body could previously fight off really easily. So literally anything, even down to like just the common cold, can be super devastating to someone with AIDS. Question number 2. Let's start typing in, how did HIV start? How did HIV start? Good question, Google. Monkeys. Scientists identified a specific type of chimpanzee in West Africa, and they were like, you were the start of HIV in humans. The way that they think that it was transmitted was when these infected chimpanzees were hunted down by humans who wanted to eat their meat, and then they came into contact with the monkeys' infected blood. At first, HIV was thought to be a gay cancer, and it was only in 1983 that scientists actually discovered the virus that caused AIDS. This one's gonna be interesting. Can I get HIV from kissing? This is a good question that I'm sure a lot of people have wondered about. While you can't actually get HIV from saliva, there is a small chance that if you're doing some like serious, deep, open mouth kissing with a person whose gums are maybe bleeding or something like that, then you could get it, but chances are fairly slim. Let's do another one of those. Can I get HIV from sharing a drink? Well, like I just said, it can't be spread through saliva. Also, HIV can't exist, can't like live outside of the human body, like on cups and stuff like that. So it is not spread via air nor water, so you can't like sneeze on someone and give them HIV. None of that happens. All right, let's do one more of these. All right, so this is actually a little bit of a weird one. Can I get HIV/AIDS from my cat? Cats can actually get a virus called FIV, or feline immunodeficiency virus, which is closely related to HIV. However, humans cannot be infected by FIV. And cats can't be infected by HIV. So no, you cannot get HIV from your precious little kitty cat. Can I get AIDS if I wear a condom? I can't remember if I went over this last year, but I went and spoke to the guys at Durex about this, figuring that a lot of people would have this question still, and that they would be experts in the matter. Basically, it comes down to this. Condoms are super important in preventing the spread of HIV and AIDS. When you use them properly, consistently, and correctly, they are very effective in preventing HIV. They are one of the best forms of protection out there, and if you add other prevention methods, you can reduce your risk even further. Let's start one with, do condoms? Do condoms expire? That's an interesting one. If you take a look at any Durex condom box, you will see that there is in fact an expiration date. Sort of like milk or cans of tuna, except they're condoms. Basically what happens is both lubricated and unlubricated condoms start to kind of lose their strength and flexibility, and then are more likely to break. So the rule is, yes, condoms do expire, and no, you should never use an expired condom as a way to protect yourself against HIV or AIDS, or pregnancy, or other STIs, or anything else for that matter. Let me start with a new sentence. Is it easier to get HIV if you are gay? Good question. This is about to get really graphic, I'm sorry. It is riskier to do certain sexual acts. For example, anal sex is a riskier sexual practice than vaginal sex. Combine this with the fact that gay and bi guys are probably a little bit more likely to have anal sex than straight guys. You're not like automatically at more risk if you're gay. Plenty of straight people have anal sex as well, and so they are also at more risk when they have anal sex versus vaginal sex. I told you that these conversations are going to be awkward. I say that in every single video, but like every single time I'm a little bit like, let's do one last one. I know the question that I'm going to get. Is AIDS curable? Unfortunately, not yet. But there have been the most amazing advances in treatments for people who are living with HIV/AIDS. For example, it is actually no longer a death sentence, and sometimes with just one pill a day, you can be an HIV positive person and live a absolutely normal lifespan. So we're doing good, we're almost there, you guys. And I think that as long as we keep talking about these things and learning about these things and staying woke and keeping ourselves protected and safe and keeping these conversational lines open, then we will continue the fight against HIV and AIDS. Well, I think that is quite enough for this episode of Awkward Conversations with Troy. I would like to say a massive thank you to Durex, who are always doing amazing work in the fight against HIV/AIDS and who are spreading amazing awareness about World AIDS Day. One cool thing that they are doing is they are pitching a little condom emoji to Unicode, the people who make all of the emojis, and are pushing to get it included on all smartphones in the future. I just think that's really cool and necessary. I think it's very good. I would use it. For the next episode, please leave a comment below, maybe with more of your questions that you have about HIV/AIDS, or what you would like to see me talk about in the next episode of Awkward Conversations with Troy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you very soon. Bye! You're driving me